Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 25 years, as she developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you to grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We got a whole bunch of people on hold, so we will get to them in just a minute. Reminder, you know what next week is? It's the first Thursday of the month, and that means that I'm going to give away a free consult, a free session valued at $155. And we do a drawing each month, and you can register for the drawing by doing 3 easy things. And those are, number 1, sign up for my blog at Ask Julie Ryan. Follow me on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan, and also follow me and subscribe on Apple and leave a review. So leave a review on Apple, follow me on Instagram, and sign up for my blog at Ask Julie Ryan. And then you too could be entered into a drawing, and we'll have an hour to discuss whatever it is you want to talk about. We can talk about medical intuitive stuff. I can scan you and do energetic healings on you. We can scan your pets. We can talk to deceased loved ones, deceased pets, angels, spirit guides, do past life stuff. You know, I'm a businesswoman that learned how to do woo-woo, and I'm a buffet of psychicness. So you know how that goes. So go ahead and do that. If you forget all this stuff, just go on AskJulieRyan.com under events, and it's all written there. So it'll be easy for you. All right, let's go to the phones. Our first caller is Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Terrific, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Sure. I'm calling from Boise, Idaho.
All right. I was on Lauren's show, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, Lauren?
Yep, just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and so I wanted to introduce Lauren to all of you. And Lauren, please take a minute and tell everybody about you and about your show and how they can find you.
Sure, thank you. My name is Lauren Lee, and I'm a meditation guide, and I host Inner Guidance Daily, which is a podcast you can find on all areas that they distribute podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, whatever's your preference. And there I provide meditations, conversations, insights into how to guide you back to your own inner guidance. It is literally the love of my life. I am obsessed with it. I love it. And Julie, I had you on my show, and your episode is one of the top episodes. I'm sure you're not surprised, but it was such a cool one.
We had a ball, didn't we? It was really fun to be on your show, and I was so honored. Thank you so much for having me as a guest. By the way, everybody, you can listen to the show that I was on with Lauren, and it's on my social media, on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan, on Twitter at Ask Julie Ryan, and on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan. So you can go listen to it. We've already got it up, Lauren, so everybody can see it when if they want to listen to it. All right, and how can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram at innerrebel.co. That's also the name of my website, innerrebel.co, and then Inner Guidance Daily for the podcast.
Okay, sounds good. Everybody check out Lauren. I think you're going to enjoy her show, and especially in this day and age when people are so stressed, Lauren, you're the queen of calming people down, aren't you?
Oh, thank you. I mean, literally meditation is it has saved me many times over and over again, and it's just a gift. It's a joy to be able to share it with other people. So it's guided meditations, it's mantra meditations, it's educating you about meditation, so if you're fearful of it or thinking you have to stop thinking, I'm going to bust all the myths, yeah, come check it out.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let's go to Barbara next. Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
How are you?
This is Barbara.
How are you, girl?
Pretty good thing. Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, good. Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Wonderful.
I have an appointment for a session with you, but it's not until October. But I wanted you to look in my digestive tract and give me a suggestion of how I can better digest food and gain weight.
Okay, gosh. You don't hear that very often, especially from women. How can I gain weight? Usually it's the other way around. So maybe we should all talk to you about what you're doing to not gain weight.
No. You don't want to.
Oh, my gosh, how funny. Well, all right. So what I'm going to do, Barbara, is I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. It would be like running an electrical current through a bowl of pudding. It's going to slow it down. So I've closed my eyes. First of all, where are you calling from? Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Stockton, California.
Okay, terrific. So I close my eyes, and I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's going to hook into you in Stockton. And then I'm going to have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. And it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. The energy is always going to go where it's most needed first. So I'm going to get you on my radar, and we'll see what shows up. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading out to you in California. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. You've got some kind of a, it looks like a viral infection to me. Almost. Barbara, viral infections look to me like really thin, watery beef broth. And that's what it looks like in your digestive tract. I'm not seeing yeast. I'm seeing some kind of a viral thing. Have you been to the doctor and gotten tested?
No. I
Okay.
don't go to doctors for this.
Don't go to doctors. All right. If you email me, I will send you a link that you can get a gut biome test done at home. And you don't need a doctor's order to do it. You did? Good. Okay, did you get it back yet?
No, I haven't. They haven't gotten it to me yet. So I haven't sent it in yet.
Once they do, it will give you not only what the critters are that are in your ecosystem in your gut, like the viruses and stuff, but you get that kind of information, and then I always think, okay, so what am I supposed to do with that? Well, the thing that's so great about this test that I always recommend is if you get it done, it's going to give you what the best foods are for you to eat so that you can restore your gut biome. You've got some kind of they call it dysbiosis, which just means your gut's out of whack. So in the meantime, what I've been doing while we've been talking is I've been forcing the viral infection out of your system. You don't look inflamed to me, but I can tell that your gut's not right. So I think that will be the best thing for you. Hopefully you'll get it soon. They usually get that back pretty quickly.
Oh, good. But then, so when I get it, it's just going to be healed by the food they're going to suggest?
That's right. Food is the best medicine. So they're going to tell you what foods to eat. They're also going to tell you things like take these digestive enzymes or take those not medicines, but vitamins and things like that. It will tell you things that you can do to help get a healthy gut biome. So just follow what they're sending you, the information for that.
Okay. So there'd be no point in going to a medical doctor.
Well, I would get if you start feeling really badly, go to see the doctor.
No, I don't feel badly. No.
Yeah, I would just see what those test results are.
Okay.
And then follow those. Okay. Thanks for calling.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Let's see who we have next. I believe our next caller is Nancy. And here she is. All right, Nancy, how are you?
Okay. I'm Barbara's
Good.
sister.
Oh, terrific. Well, gosh, we're just going to keep it all in the family here at the beginning of the show. Well, wonderful. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Atascadero, California, which is on the central coast of California.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully it's beautiful there. I'm sure it is.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
Yes. Well, I have a few, but I'll just do one. My left eye, it doesn't seem to see as well as my right eye. And when I try to read something, I tend to close my left eye because I can't see that well out of it. And I don't think that's good for me. And I don't know what I should do. I went to the eye doctor, and he could see that I don't see as well with my left eye, but I can't wear glasses.
You can't wear glasses?
No, I can't correct as well with glasses, he said. That my vision does, I don't see that well out of my left eye. I mean, I can see quite well, but like I said, I close my left eye when I read, and I shouldn't be doing that. I should be using both eyes.
Okay, Nancy, hang on for a couple minutes. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Everybody, you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show. Nancy will come right back to you. I'm Julie, your host, and we're talking with Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Julie.
You were telling us about your left eye not working right, I guess, huh? You were having trouble seeing out of your left eye. Is that what I'm remembering?
With reading, I tend to close my left eye and just read with my right eye.
And did you have LASIK by any chance? Were you?
Yes, I did. I had it twice on my left eye.
Okay. All right. So it's basically fixed for distance, is my guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. So your ophthalmologist should be able to give you a prescription that will help you handle that, since it's been corrected. Because I've got you on my radar already, Nancy, and I can see where the LASIK surgery was done. That's why I was asking about it. So you don't want to mess that up. You just want to wear some glasses that are perhaps going to have a different prescription on one side than the other side.
Well, I go to he's supposed to be an optometrist, and he's supposed to be the best, but he doesn't think that he can correct it any differently.
I would go see somebody else. Get a second opinion on that. Get a second opinion.
I will go to somebody else.
Yeah, because I don't want to mess with that eye because it's already corrected with the LASIK. So, leave a good thing alone. It's just for reading.
Right.
So they should be able to help you with that.
It's the left eye. They would not correct it for astigmatism when I had cataract surgery. And the right eye they would, because I had the left eye done like 7 years before I had the right eye, and they were afraid to do a toric lens on the left eye because LASIK was so new then.
I see. All right. Well, I would get a second opinion on that. Go find somebody else who can help you with that.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Let's see who our next caller is. I believe it's Susie. Hi, Suze.
Oh, hi, Julie. Thanks so much for taking my call.
You're
Great
welcome.
to hear you again. And I'm calling from the San Francisco Bay Area. And I have a question about a neighbor's cat has been missing for a month as of today. His name is Maui, and I've really been, my heart goes out to them, and I wondered if you have any ideas if he's alive and where he might be or anything to help her find her boy. His boy is going to turn 10 on the 10th, and the cat was boy's birthday present for his 7th birthday, so all he wants for his birthday is for Maui to come home. So
oh no,
I know about that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so Maui, what I'm doing is I'm connecting to you and from you to Maui, And let me see. Is Maui still alive? Yes. Is Maui lost? No. Is Maui with another family? Yes.
Oh, okay. And
Maui's
did you see them
hanging out with
getting him
another
to come
family.
home?
Pardon me?
Did you see him being able to get back home to his boy by his birthday on the 10th?
Oh, I think he's found a new home. Did they put out flyers looking for Maui?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say to keep advertising. Somebody will see it, perhaps, but right now I'm seeing that Maui's living with somebody else and he's fine.
Okay. Well, that's good to know he's safe. So, okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much, Julie.
You're welcome. Thanks, Suze. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's go to, I believe our next caller is Renee. Hi, Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Hey. Good. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Nashville, so we're not too far away.
That's right. 3 hours up the road from me.
I know, it's easy. So, I wanted to check in with you. My 32-year-old son, for the last 3 days, has just been having really terrible headaches, kind of out of the blue. So I just wanted to see what you saw about that, please.
Okay, tell me his name, please, Renee.
Christopher Matthews.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, Renee, is I'm going to connect to you and from you to Christopher. And then I'm going to ask his permission to scan him. If he says yes, I will.
Okay.
If he says no, I won't, just for ethical reasons.
Okay.
But we can still talk to his spirit and get information. The way that works is I feel like if somebody's got pneumonia and you talk to them about their pneumonia, they're going to tell you what they want you to know. But it's not like you're going to be looking at their x-ray without their permission. That's the difference. I'm willing to talk to his spirit, but I'm not willing to scan him without his permission. So here we go.
Right.
My laser beam shooting straight up 65, Interstate 65 up to Nashville from Birmingham. All right, got you. Christopher, may I scan you? I'm talking to your mom. What's that? He doesn't know what we're talking about. All right. I'm going to scan you energetically. It won't hurt, I promise. Is it okay? No. All right. So let's talk to his spirit. You may want to talk to him, and then perhaps once you explain to him what we're doing, then I'll be able to get a read on him, get a visual on his head. But is he having sinus headaches primarily, Renee?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's sinus or congestion or anything like that.
Okay. It's just headaches that just came on all of a sudden?
Yes, since Monday.
Yeah. Does he need to be seen by a doctor? I get a yes. So I would have him go to the doctor. I mean, if nothing else, they can rule out if there's a problem. But I think something that comes on that quickly, you want to just go get it checked, and they'll send him for a CT scan if necessary. But is it critical? I get a no. Is it worth him being seen by a doctor? I get a yes.
Okay, so not to worry too much as the mother would just.
Good luck with that. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, I think I would tell him to go see his doctor, and let them just do a check on him and see what's going on.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, Renee. Let us know what happens. All righty. Okay. Bye-bye. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and our next caller is from Calgary, up in Canada. Hi, what's your name?
This is Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm terrific, thanks. I already told everybody where you're calling from because it showed on my dashboard. Is that right? Are you in Calgary?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Gee, I might be psychic or something. You never know. I think it helps that I have a dashboard that says Calgary on it. Oh, funny. Well, got a question for me?
I do. So for the past, I would say, year, like I've had herpes outbreaks 1 to 2 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the last month, it's been 3 back to back.
Oh, geez.
And I'm just curious what's going on. And, I've stopped drinking, I don't drink a lot of alcohol or anything like that. So,
are these genital herpes, Lindsay, or are they on your lip?
No, it's actually on my finger, oddly enough.
On your finger. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's this medicine for canker sores and herpes on the lip, and it's called, I'm looking it up here, it's called something like Herpes Be Gone. It looks like a chapstick, and you can get it in the drugstore, and you can get it in a bunch of grocery stores too. And so look for that, and in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and just blast those little critters out of your system. So imagine I'm Princess Leia and I have a lightsaber, and it's like a laser, and so I'm moving it back and forth on the front of your body, like if you have a can of spray paint and you're spraying it back and forth, to cover an area. And then I turn you around, and I'm doing that with a laser too. And what it does is it kills the virus, but it just leaves their little shells, their little carcasses. And so now I'm sucking out the carcasses and then irrigating your system. So hopefully that will get rid of the virus out of your system. Send me an email, Lindsay, julie@askjulieryan.com. And anybody that's listening, if you want this gut biome test, shoot me an email. I'll send you the link. There's a little bit of a discount, Lindsay. And that's the best thing you can do is get your immune system healthy. And that's where our immune system's based, is in our gut. So that's the first thing that I would say. The other thing is, are you getting sunshine?
Yeah. I mean, now that it's summer. Yeah.
Okay. Do you go out in the sun without sunscreen on for about 20 minutes a day? Can you do that?
I can do that. Yep.
Yeah. Go do that, because that vitamin D from the sun is really going to help your immune system boost up.
Okay.
So check that out.
Is there anything I'm drinking or eating or something that's causing?
That's what that gut biome test is going to tell us. That gut biome test is going to tell us, based on what your ecosystem is in your gut, all the viruses and bacteria and parameciums, and God only knows what's in there. And it's going to say, based on your gut biome, these are going to be the best foods for you to eat. These are going to be the best foods for you to avoid. Some of which may be foods that you think are healthy, and they are. They're just not healthy for you at this moment. So food is the best medicine, and we got to know what foods to eat, and the best way to do it is to get a test. If you email me, again, julie@askjulieryan.com, I'll send you that link. It's for a little bit of a discount. It's a game changer, and you don't need a doctor, and it's very affordable. So that would be my suggestion, and hopefully by me lasering out all those little critters out of your gut, that it will be better. That chapstick stuff is called Cold Sore Be Gone. Cold Sore Be Gone. And it looks like chapstick. You can order it online. I think Amazon has it too. So Cold Sore Be Gone. I would get some of that, and I would rub it on your finger, because it works great on cold sores on the mouth.
Okay.
Okay. Hope that helps. Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Take care.
Me too. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's go to Maggie next. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Maggie. How are ya?
Very good, thanks. I'm here with my daughter, Elizabeth. We're from Boston.
Hi.
She just wants to in.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello.
How old is Elizabeth?
I just turned 23 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so you're a grown-up daughter.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, terrific. Well, thanks for calling, ladies. You got a question for me?
I do. I'm trying to decide whether to go back to work or not with this COVID virus. I'm a teacher, and I teach small kids, and 4 and 5. And my doctor advised me not to go back, but I want to go back, and I don't know what to do. She says that I'm high risk, which I do believe that I am, but I'm still trying to. I feel like I'm not ready to retire yet. And, the physical things that I have going on, I did make an appointment in October to talk to you. Like, my feet are the only thing that really, really bothers me. And I don't know. I'm just really in a dilemma as to what to do.
Why are you high risk?
I'm high risk because I have diabetes.
Okay.
And all
right.
And I am overweight.
Okay. So the best thing you can do is work on your immune system, what we've been talking about with some other callers so far this evening, which is, if God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. Get this gut biome test done. It's going to tell you what your superfoods are in order for you to get a healthy gut biome. So let's ask, is it in Maggie's best interest to go back to school and teach in the classroom? What, in August? Is that when you're thinking about going back, Maggie?
September.
In September. Is it in Maggie's best interest to go back in the classroom and teach in September of 2020? I'm getting a no on that right now, Maggie. When I ask, as my son would say when he was little, Mommy, ask the spirits and beyond. So I just asked the spirits and beyond, and I get a no on that. Now, having said all that, future events are fluid. There are a bazillion variables that can come into play that can affect an outcome. Can you still teach? You're just teaching online? Is that what the other option is?
I don't know yet, because it's difficult to teach that age group online. You know what I mean? Like, their attention span is like 0, and it's just difficult to teach that online. But if that was what was offered, I would do it.
Right.
And I know that, like, my diabetes, I have type 2 diabetes, so I know that if I control my weight and my eating, that I, can control the diabetes, which I pretty much do. But the thing is, like, I can't, to get over that hump, I can't exercise because my feet are just a mess. And I've been.
It's way more about diet. Yeah, it's way more about diet than the exercise. There is a center, a diabetes center at Indiana University, Maggie. Look it up online. Do a Google search, Indiana University Diabetes Center. They have people that are insulin dependent that come in up there, and they get them off their medicine within a couple of weeks with diet and vitamins and stuff like that. So that might be worth you looking into and see what they're doing up there, and you might be able to consult with one of them there at the university hospital where they have that center, and they may be able to give you some things that can, help you and maybe help you in the short run.
Okay, I definitely will do that. Do you see anything that would help my feet?
So your feet have a...
Oh, go ahead.
Pardon me?
Sorry.
What's going on with your feet?
I went to a new foot doctor last year, and he had initially told me that I had a slight break in one of my bones on my foot, but I have the same problem in both feet. And I just get such pain on the outside, like on the outside, just under my ankle on the foot part. And they did an MRI, and they told me about inflammation and stuff like that. But, like, I've done everything that they said. It's difficult to buy shoes because every pair of shoes hurts when I put them on, and it's really giving me a hassle.
Did they have you in a boot for a while?
Yep, I wore a boot. I wore a boot for like 4 months.
Okay.
Because one side was worse than the other. So on the worst side, I wore a boot for 4 months. I got a cortisone shot. He said it's like carpal tunnel, but it's in your feet. Tarsal tunnel, it's called.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that. I can see where the little hairline fracture was. I can see one on your left foot. Is that the foot that you had the hairline fracture in? Yeah. I'm filling it with stem cell energy, which will generate new calcium in there, and that should help. I really think when you get your diet figured out, this stuff's all going to go away. Your body's going to heal. The body has a tremendous capacity to heal from any situation. So hopefully that will help by putting some stem cell energy in there. There's a little bit of a vortex that's formed. Stem cell energy, Maggie, looks to me like a light amber colored gel, and it has sparkles in it. Of course, because it's woo-woo. You got to have sparkles. Yeah. And it has a watery consistency, and it's the coolest stuff because it will regenerate whatever body part we need. So hopefully that will help with your foot. Good luck with the school thing. Let us know what you decide to do. Thanks for calling. I will. All righty. Bye-bye. Everybody, you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and we've got a bunch of callers on hold here, and our next caller's Malar. Hi, Malar. Hi, Malar. Can you hear me?
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome. How are you?
Oh, I guess all right.
Oh, that doesn't sound very convincing.
I'm calling from the Bay Area.
Okay, terrific.
And
why are you just all right? You don't sound very convincing.
I'm not feeling great at all. So the reason I'm calling is my son, who's 35 years old, and he basically recently some major depression, and we are now suspecting maybe there's some mental illness in that involved. And he got upset with my husband, and he left the house without telling us. He was staying with us, and he left, and I don't know where he is, how he is, and will he come back home, and that's why I'm calling.
Okay, what's his name, Malar?
Jay.
Jay, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you energetically and from you to your son, and I'm going to ask him if he'll let me scan him and see what's going on. He lives with you most of the time?
No. He's just been with us for about a year. Before he used to live away. He was perfectly fine, held on a job, everything, and then went through a nasty divorce. And up till January, he was fine. And in January, everything took a turn for the worst, and we've never seen him the way he is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm connected to you, from you to Jay. Jay, is it okay if I scan you? No. Okay, that's not a big surprise. I kind of expected that. So let's talk to him. Jay, do you plan on coming back to your parents' house? Yes, when I calm down. What seems to be out of sorts? He says he feels like he's just so wound up that he feels like at times he's going to explode. He said he just feels like he's got so much anxiety that he feels like he's going to explode. There's a place in the East Bay, Malar, called Amen Clinics, A-M-E-N, like the end of a prayer, amen, hallelujah, kind of a prayer. Mm-hmm. And I would suggest that you Google that, amenclinics.com. I know that they have a clinic in the East Bay. Read about that. Read what's going on. I'm sure there's a physiological thing that's happening with him, and you may want to see if you can try and get him to be seen there, or at least talk to someone there and see if they can give you some advice.
Okay.
They are brain specialists. So, they're brain specialists.
So is he doing okay, Julie?
Yes, he is. He says he feels like he's so anxious that he feels like he's going to explode. And I think he left because...
Is there anything I could do to help that?
I would look up the Amen Clinics, see if he comes back, if you can get him to go in there. I think he'll be back. He just wants to cool down some. before he comes back.
Would you be able to tell when he'll be back?
What I'm getting is in the next few days. I know that's not very helpful. And the way that future events work is things that have happened are set in stone. Things that are happening now are set in stone. Things that are happening in the future are fluid because there are so many variables that can come into play. Does he have another place to live?
No, he doesn't.
Is he working?
He's got credit cards.
Yes.
No, he was working up to January, and after this, he just became really paranoid, and that's when we realized it is a mental illness that's become because of the amount of stress he has gone through. But we didn't know how to deal with it at that point, so I don't think we dealt with it the right way, nurtured it the way we should have. And then my husband, it blew up with him something, and he left the house, and he didn't even tell me. He just took off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's so hard, and I know you're so worried. But I would call the people at Amen Clinics and get their advice and see what would be the best way to perhaps intervene to get him some help.
Okay, I definitely will do that. Thank you so much, Julie.
You're most welcome. Good luck. Let us know what happens.
Thank you. I will.
Thanks, Malar.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, let's see. I believe our next caller is Miss Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
How are you?
Actually, I'm great. In great part thanks to you. You really guided me very well on my shoulder. I got a new shoulder.
Please tell everybody where you're calling from first.
I'm calling from Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina, everybody. All right, what's going on with your shoulder?
Well, I got a new shoulder, and they did a reverse replacement, and it's doing great.
Terrific.
So
wonderful.
It's a very long recovery, but it's so much better. But that's not actually why I was calling.
Okay.
For some reason, it's come drifted into my brain, so to speak, that a move to a little town called Troy, North Carolina, might be an option for me. And I guess I want to know if it's in my best interest that I really pursue that.
I got a yes before your question was even all the way out.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my instinct was right then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the housing market is really good most places throughout the country from what I understand right now, and so you may find a wonderful house for low interest, and it may just be perfect for you.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's what happens.
Okay. That's terrific.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in tonight. I'm so delighted that your shoulder's feeling better.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
You bet. Take care. Bye, Sally.
You too. Bye.
All right. Our next caller is Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for sharing your gift with all of us.
Oh, you sweet thing. Thank you for calling in.
So thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. My son was diagnosed today with COVID. Is there anything in your abilities that you could do to assist?
Absolutely. What's his name?
Oh, thank you. Nicholas.
Nicholas. How old is Nicholas?
He's 21, and in 3 weeks he's due to go to a audio engineering program, and I'm giving him like 5 days to recover and then 2 days for quarantine, and then his course starts the very next day, and he needs to get there. So, because he's ready to move forward with his life and do something.
All right, Tracy, I'm going to need to hold you over the break. I will come back to you. Everybody, you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show, and we'll be back shortly. Stay with us. and thrilled you're with us this evening. We were talking with Tracy. Tracy, you forgot to tell us where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh. Okay, terrific. And your son has COVID, and his name's Nicholas, and he's healthy, right?
Yes, he is. He's not my sick child, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, wonderful. So get him on Ester C. Go to the store and get Ester C, Ester, like the woman's name Esther without the H. Ester C, 1,000 milligrams and 50 milligrams of zinc. And give that to him 3 times a day. And he is going to be like a rocket blasting off, ready to go to that engineering program.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. Good news.
He'll be just fine. Right. I've got him on my radar. I've asked him if I can scan him. He said yes. I've blasted the COVID. It's a super teeny weeny little mild case. And that vitamin C and zinc, the zinc is like rocket booster fuel to the C. And the reason why I like Ester C, Tracy, is because it's buffered, so it's easier on the stomach instead of just regular C that's real acidic. But make sure he takes it 3 times a day. I would keep him on it for at least a couple of weeks to get him to that program. He will be just fine.
Perfect. Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Right, any chance you can scan me to see if I've got yeast or mold?
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you. On my radar. You got both, girl. Holy mackerel. Yeah, both. Do you have a mold issue in your house?
We do, and we're moving. And we did everything we could to this house. Changed out the ductwork, pulled out all the carpeting, painted everything, sealed the basement, sealed the crawl space. But anyway, we're moving on.
It's like the money pit house.
Make sure that we weren't passing on the problem to somebody else. That's not our way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So clearing the mold and the yeast out of your system. On the yeast, stay low on the food chain. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. Avoid anything fermented. Yeast loves sugar, loves anything processed. If you're eating fruit, peel it because there's tons of yeast on the peel. And freeze your leftovers, those kinds of things. That will help a lot. Email me. I'll send you the link to that gut biome test. Let's get your immune system back in on track and get your gut biome healthy.
Great.
So that's the best way to do it. But I'm glad you're moving.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Good luck to Nicholas, too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. All right. Let's go to Barbara next. Let me see if I can get Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Can you unmute yourself? There we go.
I did.
Hi,
I just
Barbara.
unmuted myself. Hi, Julie. How are you this evening?
I'm well. How are you? Thanks for calling back in. I know we dropped you earlier.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just thinking I wasn't supposed to know, to be honest with you.
No, that wasn't
Since it
intentional.
didn't work.
It was operator error on my part. I think it was a blonde moment, actually, if you
no, it might have been on my part because I don't know what I'm doing here, so that's not a big deal. So.
Oh, geez. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Wentzville, Missouri.
Okay, and tell us what's going on. How may I help you?
My husband is in the hospital at the moment. Okay, he went in on Monday, actually to the ER twice on Monday, and they finally kept him. He's complaining about severe pain in his knee, and now he complains about his neck pain and chest pain, and he started running the temperature. They can't figure out what's going on. They drew off fluid from his knee, and there's no infection or anything like that. He is not a healthy person anyway, and he's been in and out of the hospital for years. I mean, 1 year it was at least 9 months in and out of the hospital. So consequently doesn't take very good care of himself. But I think he's been in transition several times, and I'm just wondering if he's in a transition now where he's getting tired of pretty much living, the way he is, and he won't change. So, but he's been kind of on his last transitions a couple of times while he was in the hospital. Can you revert back and start at a lower transitional stage?
Yes. What Barbara's referring to, everybody, is the 12 phases of transition, and I talk about that in my book, Angelic Attendants.
I read it. It's very good.
Oh, thanks so much. What happens as we transition from this life into the next? And as we're dying, and all of us are going to be there one day, as we're dying, we're surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones and pet spirits. And to answer your question, yes, there are 12 phases. What's your husband's name, Barbara?
John.
I've connected to him while we've been talking.
I don't know if he'll let you scan him.
Well, he's in phase 4 of the 12 phases of transition, so I don't need his permission because that's outside of his body. And what it looks like, everybody, is our spirits exit through the top of our head, and it holds on. It looks like a bubble that you'd see in a cartoon caption. And then we have a circle of angels that end up opening up into a horseshoe and eventually a straight line, and lots of family and friends spirits, and even the spirits of deceased pets are there to greet us. And so he's in phase 4 right now, Barbara. I always ask somebody when they're in one of the phases of transition, are you ready to go? He's saying no. Are you in pain? Yes. What do you need? Pain medicine. He said he needs pain medicine.
That sounds like him.
All right. So to answer your earlier question, yes, we can go in and out of different phases. When we are going through phases, or one of our loved ones is like progressing through the phases fairly quickly, most of the time that's an indicator to bring the family in. And how you can tell what phase he's in, Barbara, is just ask the question, what is John in one of the 12 phases of transition? And if you get a yes, then ask which phase. And then if you go on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, there are graphics of this, and you can download a chart that has the phases, and you'll be able to see what phase he's in. And then you can ask. Spirit's always going to answer us. We all have this ability. This is what I teach in my class once a quarter, you guys. All this stuff that I do, I learned, and I teach people all around the world how to do it. You just got to speak English in order to take my class, because that's the only language I speak. Oui. That's about it for French. And so you can ask a question. Spirit's going to communicate telepathically. It's going to come in within a second, Barbara. It's going to feel like it's your thought, because Spirit communicates telepathically. So it's going to come in through your head, and just ask, what phase of transition is John in? You'll get phase 4, and then you can look on the chart and you can see what's going on. And that will help give you more information. And you don't have to be with him when you ask that. You can be anywhere. You can be home, you can be doing anything. So email me, and I can give you updates too, but you can do this yourself as well. That's why I have the chart up there on my website, AskJulieRyan.com.
I will mentally ask that. What is going on with him then? Because nobody knows.
Yeah, I can't scan them. I get that there's a sepsis situation brewing right now, and that's why he's spiking a temp. And that's what you want to avoid when you have somebody in the hospital is, sepsis is the issue that really ends up being a problem. But there is a doctor, and his name is Merrick, Merik, and he's at Western Virginia University. He's a critical care specialist. His name is David Merrick, MD. Google him, and he has a protocol for treating sepsis that's super successful, Barbara. It's a combination of steroids, vitamin C, and thiamine, which is vitamin D, all really inexpensive stuff that every hospital has. They give it to them in an IV. The last study I saw of his, I think he had tested 250 patients, and maybe he lost one out of 250. So you want to look that up, Dr. Merrick at not West Virginia like the state, but Western Virginia Medical School. And if you email me, julie@julieryan.com, I'll send you the link, and you may want to give that to his doctors. I've done that with many people where their family members will give this to the doctors that are treating their loved one who has sepsis, and it's really a successful protocol. So email me and I'll shoot you that link.
Well, most doctors kind of accept that.
Well, you just tell them they need to accept
information.
You bet. You say, hey, you can talk to Dr. Merrick on the phone and talk to him. And he's been so gracious with people. I have a client in London whose father had sepsis, and she's a physician. And the physicians, she called him, and Dr. Merrick responded, I think, via email, and gave her the protocol. She gave it to the doctors, and she said, do this. And they did, and her dad walked out of the hospital. He was in phase 11 of 12. He was dying.
Oh, wow.
And that was over a year ago. So it's worth fighting for. It's worth looking into.
Okay. I will definitely look him up then. Thank you so
Thanks
very,
for
very
calling.
much. I appreciate
you bet.
it.
Good luck.
And, all right. Thank you. Have a great
Bye-bye.
evening. Bye.
Okay. Thanks. You too. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and we're talking with Patty. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Oh, I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
Poor baby. I'm so sorry you live in such an awful place. I'm sure it's gorgeous there.
Yeah, we have to pay for it with cash money, though, unfortunately.
When I left, had moved to Alabama, I said, I have way more money left over at the end of the month instead of when I lived in LA. I had more month left over at the end of my money, kind of a thing.
Right.
So, yeah, I know. Well, thanks for calling in this evening. You got a question for me?
I do. I was wondering if maybe you could scan me. I've had bowel disease most of my life. I have low D, and my problems have been digestive issues, and they just have represented themselves over my lifetime and to just represent whether it's bacterial overgrowth or an ulcer or IBS or a leaky gut, or I can't seem to heal it, I probiotic until the cows come home and go on different types of elimination diets and keto and this and that, but it doesn't, I would like to heal it.
Right. Well, I've gone ahead and connected to you, and this is what our question this week had to do with diverticulitis. Have you had bouts of that? I can see these little pockets in your intestinal wall that look like
I will say no, but I did have a bowel obstruction, and I had surgery, and then I had colitis, and then since then I've had a leaky gut, and they just say I have a bowel disease. I've had many different types of tests, and it's just inconclusive. So it just, like I said, it just keeps on representing, and it just keeps presenting itself differently over time, but it's been a lifelong struggle, and I'd really like to let it go and move on.
Right. What I'm doing is I'm doing a healing, and I'm applying stem cell energy to the inside of your bowels, and it's just filling up all those little nooks and crannies in there, all those little pockets, and it's going to make it slick as a whistle. So it's going to be good. It seems to be the theme of the show tonight. Email me. I'm going to send you that gut biome test. Get that done, and let's see what your superfoods are and what the foods are for you to avoid. This test also is going to tell you what digestive enzymes you need and all of that. The difference between this gut biome test and most of the other ones that are out there, Patty, is this tests the RNA of the critters in our gut. And why that's important is because so many of them die once they hit oxygen. And it's just really hard to get dead poop to grow in a petri dish. It just doesn't work very well. So, like if an archaeologist finds a dinosaur bone that's millions of years old, they can test the RNA and the DNA and they can find out what kind of dino it was. Same with this. It doesn't need to be alive. And this technology was developed at Los Alamos Federal Lab, and it was developed by the military. They spent $2 billion developing it, and then a dot-com billionaire took AI and artificial intelligence and took this technology, and now we're going to have the information when we do this test to help our bodies heal. It's really revolutionary, and I love that he's made it affordable to the masses, and it's something that you can do without your doctor's orders. So email me, julie@askjulieryan.com. I'll send you the link. That would be the first place I'd start, and then let's go from there.
Well, I appreciate you giving me your energy and helping me fill in those stem cell spaces. And it's funny because I did actually do a different type test, but it was saliva and hair. And you're right about the poop. I've often thought that that the answer lies there.
Well, and they give you these tests, and it tells you what all the critters are in your gut, and I think, what are we supposed to do with that? Okay, I know what all these Latin names are for all these critters in my gut, so now what? I think what we need is, okay, here's what's going on with your gut. Here's how you fix it. Here's how you get yourself well. And so it's really revolutionary. The stem cell energy that I use, Patty, looks like a light amber colored gel. You may have heard me talking with one of our other callers about it, and it's got sparkles in it because, it's woo-woo. Got to have sparkles when it's woo-woo. But it has a watery consistency to it, and it will regenerate whatever body part we need. I have watched it regenerate whole organs before that show up on scans after the fact, and over the years I've had doctors call me and say, all right, now what are you doing with my patient and how does this stuff work? And I explain to them what's going on is every cell has a nucleus. Every nucleus is surrounded by cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a watery gel. Our bodies every day manufacture hundreds of thousands of new cells by having a centrifugal force and energy in our bodies that help the cells divide and replicate. So that's what I'm watching happen in these healings using stem cell energy. I'm just watching it in warp speed. So it's just helping your body heal. And at the end of the day, we can try all these different things to help us heal, but our bodies are going to do what they need to do to heal. A lot of times we just need to get out of the way and let them heal. So hopefully that will help. And I hope you're feeling better real soon.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Take care.
Bye-bye.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All righty. Our next caller is Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Daisy.
Oh, hi. Hi, yeah. Yeah, I'm calling because I've been stuck at home for 5 years in bed due to a very debilitating and painful spine condition. And I was hoping you would get me some of that cell energy that you've been talking about.
Sure.
Kind of like boost it.
Sure. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Ocala, Florida.
Ocala. All right. Well, I'm going to put you on hold and I'll come back to you. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back. To the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and we're talking with Daisy in Ocala, Florida. Daisy, you said that you've got some stuff going on with your spine. What's going on?
Yeah, I've been stuck at home in bed for 5 years, and it's the lower back, the middle, and the cervical.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty tired of being in pain and in bed.
I bet. Okay. I'm going to connect to you and put some more of that stem cell energy in. I know you and I have talked independently on a private appointment recently, and so I'm going to look and see. We did that healing on you a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly, so let's just see how it's coming as far as regenerating. So I'm seeing it start to regenerate a little bit. Let me add some more to it and see if that'll help speed things up a little bit. Again, light amber colored gel, sparkles in it. There's a vortex that forms above it. It looks like it's worse on the left side, Daisy, than on the right in your low back. Yes. Does it hurt worse on the left side?
It's been worse for many, many years. The last 5 has been the worst.
Okay, but does it hurt more on the left side? It looks like the left side is more degenerating than the right side, so I'm watching that.
It has been for many, many years.
Yeah. So hopefully that will help. You got to give it some time. It's going to take a little bit of time for your body to heal, and so give it some time, and hopefully you'll feel better here soon. And
I'm very hopeful. I trust you 100%. I'm very
Oh, thanks, honey. All right. Well, feel better. I hope that helps. That's just like a little booster shot of stem cell energy there for you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, a booster. Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks
Take
so
care.
much.
Feel better. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-775-7035, and the access code is 483-620 or hashtag. That's what the kids call it. I call it pound because that's just what I learned. So you can find this information a bunch of different places. AskJulieRyan.com, my website. You'll find it on the homepage there. We post on social media at Ask Julie Ryan on Instagram, Ask Julie Ryan on Facebook, Ask Julie Ryan on Twitter, Ask Julie Ryan on YouTube. It's in the show notes, anywhere you download podcasts. And we have a new feed on the podcast, everybody. So if you haven't gotten last week's show, delete the feed on your podcast button on your phone, and then do a search for Ask Julie Ryan, and the new one will come up, and it'll show 216, 215. That's how you know it's the new feed. And then all the other shows are on there too. The other thing to look for is it just says Julie Ryan under my picture instead of Julie Ryan 123. That's the old feed. So you may need to delete and then look it up, and then it will come back, and then subscribe again. So you can find it there. When you're on my website, you can schedule a private appointment. And I'm booked out a couple of months, but go ahead and get on my calendar because people reschedule all the time. And you're going to get a confirmation email. It'll say reschedule. There'll be a little reschedule button on the bottom. Click on that when you think about it. And appointments that have opened up that are sooner, you'll be able to do that. And when you're on my site, sign up for my newsletter, sign up for my blog. And that's a question that somebody has submitted online. The other thing is, if you want to listen to the show live, you can listen to it on a live stream at AskJulieRyan.com. All right, here's the question this week, and it was submitted by Kim, and Kim lives in Bay Minette, Alabama. That's down near Mobile. It's down on the Gulf Coast, and it's about 3 hours south of me here in Birmingham. And Kim said, "Hello, Julie. I recently found your podcast and have enjoyed your show so much. I find it amazing that you are not far from me in Sweet Home, Alabama." You know how I always say Sweet Home, Alabama. She went on to say, "I'm having a reoccurrence of diverticulitis and IBS attacks. They put my life on hold for several days, and I have to go on liquid diets and work my way back up to normal eating habits. Can you scan me and tell me what would be causing these attacks and what I can do to ward them off? I've never had any known stomach issues until after my father passed in 2013. Since then, I average 3 to 5 attacks a year, sometimes more. Youch." She went on to say, "I've had tests done and I definitely have diverticulosis. A recent GI doctor said my stomach issues are not so much from the diverticulosis, but from IBS-C. Thank you so much for your help, Kim. And here's my response. Hi, Kim. Nice to hear from a fellow Alabamian. Hate that you're experiencing stomach pain. The Mayo Clinic says, quote, diverticula are small bulging pouches that can form in the lining of your digestive system. They are found most often in the lower part of the large intestine, otherwise known as the colon. Diverticula are common, especially after age 40, and seldom cause problems. The presence of diverticula is known as diverticulosis. When one or more of the pouches become inflamed, and in some cases infected, that condition is known as diverticulitis. I think that's the one we hear of most of the time. Diverticulitis can cause severe abdominal pain, fever, nausea, and a marked change in your bowel habits. Mild diverticulitis can be treated with rest, changes in diet, and antibiotics. Severe or recurring diverticulitis may require surgery, end quote. So here's my part of the equation. In order to get some information for you, I energetically connected to you and did a scan of your abdomen. I saw, in my mind's eye, what looked like an inflamed GI tract. In particular, there were so many little diverticula, those little small pockets, that your intestines looked like a pomegranate without seeds. You know when you slice a pomegranate in half and you dump the seeds out of it, it just has all those little pockets in it? That's what her intestines look like in my mind's eye. I went on to say, next, I watched, again in my mind's eye, a healing occur. I first applied anti-inflammatory energy, and then your colon was irrigated to remove any food particles. Then stem cell energy was used to fill in the little pockets. A vortex formed above your abdomen and transformed the stem cell energy into new intestinal tissue. The result was a smooth inner lining of your colon. No more pockets. Since a large part of our immune system is located in the gut, please consider getting your gut biome tested. So there's a link, if you go on this blog on AskJulieRyan.com, there's a link right there that you can get this gut biome test I keep talking about. This test is available without a doctor's order and can be done at home. It will tell you, based on the trillions of bacteria, fungi, viruses, etc., that comprise the ecosystem in your gut, the best foods for you to eat and avoid. And since food is the best medicine, this information will help you heal your body. Thanks for your question. Hope you feel better. All right. I come up with all of these crazy analogies so you guys can have a visual of what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. And that's because when we can have a visual of what I'm seeing, it helps integrate the healing into your body. Because the body's always going to follow what the brain is showing it, even if the brain doesn't believe it. And an example of that is, think of a time when you were watching a scary movie. Your brain knew that it was, let's say you were watching on TV. Your brain knew that it was pretend, but your heart might have felt like it was getting ready to jump out of your chest. So I think that's a great example of how when we can visualize something, our body's going to follow what the brain's showing it, even if the brain doesn't believe it to be true. So that's why I'm so graphic with all these crazy visuals. I'm seeing things in my eyes, in my mind's eye. I'm getting information downloaded into my head, and I'm talking. So it's a good thing I'm a girl, because, you know, multitasking is one of our superpowers. You women, you all know that that's true. All right, so thanks so much, Kim, for submitting that question, and I hope that helps, and I hope you feel better really soon. All right, let's go to the phones again. Our next caller's Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Terrific. Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm actually calling from New York City, but I'm originally from Sweet Home, Alabama.
You are? Where?
I am Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, yeah. My husband was born at Maxwell Air Force Base down there, so I always tell him we're going to erect a statue one of these days.
And Montgomery's great. Yeah, it's a small world sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, you got a question for me?
I do, Julie. With everything going on with the pandemic and everybody just kind of, unfortunately, a lot of us are losing our jobs or things have gotten so slow that we've had to move on to, different positions. However, it has given me time to reflect on what
Karen.
I potentially can be doing with a career. And I was just wondering, I'm really struggling with trying to find which direction I'm supposed to go in with my career. And I was just hoping that you could perhaps give me some guidance.
Sure. What are you doing now?
I'm currently a real estate agent in New York City, which I love, don't get me wrong, but it's a little rough right now.
Residential or commercial?
I'm doing a residential.
Okay. All right. Well, so the best way to do this, Laura, is we just ask a question. So is it in Laura's best interest to continue to pursue her residential real estate business in New York City? What's the first thing that pops into your head when we ask that question? Is it in my best interest to continue with my real estate career in New York City? Does anything pop into your head right off the bat?
No, is what I heard, but I could be wrong. It could just be my, me telling myself that, or I don't know if it's, my spirit's guiding me. I'm trying to work on that as well. I've been listening to your podcast, so I have no idea, to be quite honest with you.
I got if you want to. So,
okay.
Basically,
That's
if
great.
you want to. What are you thinking of doing? Are you thinking of leaving the city and pursuing something else? Do you want to stay in real estate elsewhere, or what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about something different.
Like what?
I've been in the arts my entire life. I'm very drawn to music. I just don't know if that's feasible with living in New York City and things being so expensive. So, I just don't know. I don't know which way to go, really.
Well, the best thing to do, I think, Laura, is just follow your guidance. You're going to get a thought, and it's going to feel exciting and something you want to explore and fun. Follow that. If it feels bad, don't. That's our internal GPS letting us know, okay, if this feels bad, that's not where you want to be. Welcome back to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and we're talking with Laura. And Laura's in the Big Apple. She's in New York City, but she's originally from Sweet Home, Alabama. So we were talking during the break about Alabama. And you were saying that you're thinking of changing careers, and you said you really like the arts and music. Are you a musician? Are you a singer? What do you do?
I'm a singer, and I actually used to act at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival back in the day. So a little bit of acting, a little bit of singing, but singing is definitely my passion.
Well, so are you doing that in conjunction with the real estate now? I mean, once the COVID is over and things go back to normal, is that what you've been doing or what you're thinking of doing?
It's what I'm thinking of doing. I will say that I've kind of shied away from it for a while, which is, but it's something I definitely would like to jump into, whether it be a hobby or career.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, that old saying, follow your bliss. Our internal GPS, that's why we have emotions. And if something feels good, follow it. Pretend you're on the yellow brick road and you're wearing the ruby slippers. And each brick that lights up, you step on it. And one brick may land you in a field of poppies. One brick may land you in the witch's castle. Each is going to be an experience, and it's all leading you towards Oz, which is nirvana. It's heaven. It's, it's your path. You can't go backwards. You can't make a mistake. Just follow what excites you, what interests you, and take one step at a time. I think when we get stuck is when we think too far in advance, and there are too many variables that come into play to affect an outcome, and our brains kind of go into brain freeze because there's no way we can know what's going to happen. So just take a step. You're gonna get another idea, like another brick's going to light up. Take another step. Take another step. If it feels good, do it. If it feels bad, don't. It's really that simple.
Okay.
And you'll be led down the yellow brick road, and you better let us know when you perform so we can all check you out.
You're amazing, Julie. Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Julie. Bye.
Alrighty, our next caller's Joan. Hi, Joan. Hi, Joan. You still with us? Are you on mute? Okay, well, let's go to Monet. Hi, Monet. Hi. Are you there? Nope. I guess we lost her. All right, let's see who's next. We've got somebody named Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. I have my mom with me visiting. Can you hear me okay, or should I take it off speaker?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I have my mom visiting me. I'm in Sunrise, Florida. And it's been just a situation which she's really been very devastated. Basically, her whole life, it's hurting her that she gave up her son for adoption 61 years ago. And she's been wanting to find him and tell him that she's, his mom. And it just hurts her, and she doesn't know if he's alive. And she was hoping maybe you could shed some light on the situation.
Sure. Yeah. Where did she have him, Michelle?
In Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Not in Pennsylvania, no, in New York. I'm sorry, in New York, in Caledonian Hospital.
Okay. In one of those states up there in the north, right? One of those states up there. Kind of in that same area.
It's more like a Brooklyn, New York or something. No? Yeah, their hospital closed, she told me.
Okay. So has she tried to find him by using, the genealogy stuff?
We have, but no avail, and it's just something that's weighing on her, and I kind of wanted her to feel like, not give up, but Mom, 61 years ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get that he's still alive, Michelle, and I get that he lives in New Mexico.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So you may want to...
What did you say to go to look him up?
Well, I think I would look in some... the adoption records in New York are all sealed still?
Yeah.
Okay.
The hospital is closed.
Yeah, but sometimes you can go to the state archives and they'll help you with that. And there are adoption finder agencies I know that can help. I've worked with a lot of people over the years when they've been trying to find their birth parents. And so I would look for some of those agencies, but I'm getting that he is still alive, and I'm getting that he lives in New Mexico. Actually, Santa Fe is what just came in.
Wow. Does he actually know he's adopted is what her question originally
I get a
was.
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, wow. Maybe we can try then. Okay. May I ask a question on my behalf?
Sure.
Okay. I have a 18-month-old mini golden doodle, and it's time, I guess, for her to get spayed. And I don't know why, but every time I think about it, it just makes me so nervous. Not because I think she's going to die. I just don't feel it's the right decision. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to have puppies. That's not what I'm looking for. I just feel something like it's just not right.
How old is she?
18 months.
Yeah, I know they wait longer to spay them now because it has something to do with their bone structure in their hips. Right. My daughter-in-law Mallory's a vet, and she teaches me all this stuff on the side. So, what's her name? Michelle. What's the dog's name?
Her name is Charlotte.
Charlotte. So, is it in Charlotte's best interest to be spayed at this point? I get a yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think she's going to be just fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. I love your
You're
show.
welcome.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye, Michelle. All right. Let's go to Yolanda next. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Yolanda.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for calling me. Yes. I will be 45 in 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted what do you see for me to focus on for these next 45 days so that I can step into this next period of my life healthy and joyful and, the best that I can be?
Focus on things that feel good and let go of things that don't. What I was just talking before about, that when you feel worried or scared or anxious or whatever, that's just our internal GPS. That's our spirit saying, hey girl, you're out of alignment. You need to look at this from a different perspective. So just focus on things that feel good. Now, within reason, you got to pay your bills and stuff like that. That might not be your favorite thing to do, but when you focus on things that feel good, we live in an attractive universe. You're going to attract more things that feel good. When we focus on things that feel bad, we attract more things that feel bad. It's really that simple. So, happy birthday, a little early.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And can you do a quick body scan for me?
Actually, we are out of time, but thanks so much for calling. Happy birthday, everybody. Thanks for calling in this evening. Join us next week. You can find all this information at AskJulieRyan.com.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan, and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.